Witness the pinnacle of incompetence as the worst employees on Undercover Boss step into the spotlight. From monumental blunders to jaw-dropping laziness, prepare to cringe and laugh at their hilariously disastrous attempts at work. This comical yet cringe-worthy journey will leave you questioning how these individuals ever got hired in the first place. Brace yourself for a wild ride of ineptitude like never before. In a shocking twist of fate, an unsuspecting employee let loose a barrage of scathing remarks about his unsuspecting coworkers, unaware that the very person he's talking shit about everything with is none other than the esteemed president of Kendall Jackson Winery on the renowned show Undercover Boss. Watch how he messes up the first conversation with Jack.
Every job has its perks and every job has its bull you gotta deal with. My job just happens to have a lot of bull.
Well, that is a thing to say to your boss, and we understand that you don't know him yet, but you would talk that way with any new guy who wants to join the company. But just when you think the damage is done, the relentless rant from this oblivious employee continues, pushing the boundaries of audacity and suspense. Each word becomes a ticking time bomb, threatening to detonate the fragile illusion of professionalism. With every passing second, the tension escalates, leaving the president of Kendall Jackson Winery and the entire production crew on the edge of their seats, wondering how far this unwitting employee will go. Brace yourself for an explosive climax as the rant takes an unexpected turn, shattering expectations and forever altering the dynamics of the workplace.
Yeah. Like, I've been told, like, what are you doing here right now? What do you want me to do? You either want the wine or you don't, right?
Talking about your manager like that? Man, you must be frustrated at this point to speak that way. Jack said he was shocked about the language that was being used and Renee's attitude toward customers, and further calls it all strictly unacceptable. Well, I think he should be a little respectful, whatever might be the problem. What he said next sounded more like he was done with the job and the hustle of it all.
You want your goal at the end of the day, customer service, all that, is having that truck empty.
Workspace is not about clocking in, being rude, doing work, and clocking out. There has to be some sort of love and understanding and teamwork involved here, or else it'll be simply torture for you and your coworkers as well. But Renee had enough too. He faces all the rage and bullshit from others and keeps it to himself. One comment I read under the video also mentioned how they believe Renee was hardworking, and I second that. He might have just been a little disrespectful. The comment also mentioned how customers might not always be right, and what do you know? That is also kinda true. But a man should never lose his cool. Watch the tension rise and hearts drop as this leaves the boss questioning the true character of his team.
I want our employees to act like that. I don't want the foul language with our customers. That is not a concierge level of service. I'm not sure where Renee's future is with our company.
It's a cringe-worthy moment that will leave you gasping for air and contemplating the consequences of speaking without knowing who's listening. Lewis, the esteemed CEO of True Value, embarks on a crucial mission to delve into the world of frontline workers within his company. With great anticipation, he eagerly anticipates discovering firsthand how customers are being treated and the overall employee performance. However, as the video unfolds, it becomes apparent that this journey is far from a celebration of the company's shining stars.
We're gonna flirt with some women. We're gonna sell some.
I'm sorry, we're gonna do what?
Sell everything here in this store, man.
Brace yourself as the focus shifts to the underperforming employees, revealing a troubling reality that challenges Lewis's expectations and forces him to confront difficult truths. The man you just saw on the clip is Brad, the sales associate at the True Value. But is he of any true value to the company? We'll find out soon enough. When Lewis asks Brad who he thinks are the primary customers of the store, what he says next disappoints the CEO.
The store.
Well, the primary ones for me, and I want to get some phone numbers here in the city. So those are the ones that I take.
He sure was disappointed, because that ain't the primary motive of the store, man. As if that wasn't enough, Brad did something else that sent Lewis into shock.
Nice meeting you.
That was great.
Yeah, that's what makes my day, buddy.
What face even was that, man? That is the cringiest thing I've seen so far today. I bet no woman would willingly enter the store knowing how he behaves. And the audacity of Brad. Jeez. He further went on to explain, or should I say brag to Lewis, but little did he know, he would be in big trouble because of this. He goes on to talk about how he gets phone numbers from pretty girls that come to the store, and even helps them with the hardware and fitting back at their place after work. That is pure nasty.
To work. I'm gonna wear some tight-fitted clothing and I'm gonna flex the muscles a little bit. Got a little late.
Lewis experienced a profound sense of disgust, mirroring the intense repulsion that we ourselves feel at this very moment.
Made those comments. I couldn't believe what I heard. I felt immediately that was inappropriate.
Now use cigarettes?
He further comments on women in the store, and they are not so nice comments.
My goodness, scrumptious.
Saying. What is he thinking?
The boss almost revealed his identity because he was so pissed at this behavior. And who wouldn't be? The atmosphere becomes charged with a mix of anger, disappointment, and determination as Lewis recognizes the urgent need to address this issue.
Everything all right, yeah?
Thank you.
Looking right, looking tight.
This behavior is absolutely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for any employee to speak to customers in such a manner. But yet again, comments are the charm of any video. A comment I loved here was a guy saying that Brad should be getting his own show. And man, I second that. Brad sure has an interesting personality, but is he interesting enough to be kept at work even after behaving this way to almost all the women in the store? The significance of exceptional customer service cannot be overstated within a company. In the realm of luxury chauffeured transportation, Empire CLS stands out as a highly renowned and globally recognized provider. With a steadfast commitment to delivering unparalleled experiences, they have established themselves as a leader in their field. Their dedication to going the extra mile and ensuring utmost satisfaction has earned them a well-deserved reputation for excellence. Whether catering to corporate executives or discerning individuals seeking luxurious travel, Empire CLS continues to set the standard for world-class customer service, leaving a lasting impression on clients around the globe. So, when did David Seelinger, aka Sonny, chairman and CEO, disguised himself in order to get an actual glimpse of town work being done in various company locations? And well, he was kind of blown away. Empire CLS operates in over 700 series worldwide. Its headquarters is located in Secaucus, New Jersey. He is here to work with the dispatch environment. Dispatch is responsible for logistics and customer service.
Oh, how you doing? Sonny, how are you?
Sonny, nice to meet you, Anthony. How are you today?
Good.
You ready to get started?
Good to see you.
Come on.
As tension thickens in the air, what does Sonny truly think about Anthony? The suspense intensifies as doubts cast shadows over Anthony's role as a dispatcher and unmask the true nature of Anthony's performance.
Dispatcher, somebody that can juggle a lot of things at one
Let
time.
me see if I can get you a price on that, all right?
Prepare for a riveting exploration into the intricate dynamics of the workplace, where secrets lie buried and perceptions hang in the balance. Anthony, however, teaches Sonny right, and in no time, Sonny is ready to take up live calls. Well, he sure is a good trainer, but is he a good employee? Little did they know, a single call was about to shatter all their positive perceptions. The suspense builds as the anticipation mounts, hanging heavy in the air. Something significant is about to unfold, altering their views in an instant. In this transformative instant, the truth will be unveiled, leaving them stunned and questioning everything they thought they knew.
So I have to make one stop in Manhattan.
Manhattan, open up the trip.
Literally 2 minutes.
In such a situation, my approach would be to actively listen to the customer, understand their concerns, and take appropriate actions to address their needs. However, as for Anthony, the question lingers. Did he follow the same course of action? The suspense deepens as we wait to discover whether Anthony lived up to the expectations and fulfilled his duties as a dispatcher. Now, while Sonny wanted to help the customer, Anthony had something else on his mind.
Okay, no, it's no problem at all.
Can I speak to...
For more than 3 minutes, you can charge.
I'm gonna have to take this one, bro.
The customer even said they'd pay extra, but they just had to take a 3-minute stop. But Anthony refused to speak with the customer and asked if he could speak to the chauffeur. That is rude enough already, because why would you talk to a customer like that? What he says to the chauffeur next further concerns Sonny.
Is this on the way to his house? You don't have me on speakerphone, do you? I want to talk to you, not him.
That is straight up disrespectful. What do you think? How must the CEO have felt at that moment?
When Anthony was handling this issue with the past, that is a very simple thing to resolve. Make the extra stop.
Now, the issue here is that the customer wants to add a quick stop there, but Anthony won't agree. He insists on adding a proper stop there, which would be expensive. And that is not what the customer wants. The guy on call even said that he knew NYC, and it would be on the way itself. What did Anthony do then? This would shock you as much as it shocked Sonny.
Literally. And then that's it. And I got right back on the highway.
Sorry for laughing.
He laughed at him? Bro, that was a low blow. That must have felt so bad to the customer. All he wanted was to have a quick spot, and for that, the company gave him a really hard time. Time to say goodbye to the customer, I guess.
And you don't respect the people you work, get out, because you're not doing me favors.
Picture this, your boss seething with anger, so furious that their only desire is for you to leave the company, all because of a single mistake made during a critical call that tarnished the very image of the brand. The suspense escalates as you grapple with the consequences of your actions, realizing the gravity of the situation. The weight of disappointment and the fear of losing your job hang heavy over your head, making each passing moment feel like an eternity. But here's the catch you don't know yet. Man, this is messed up for him. He messed it up for himself. How will you respond? Can you find a way to redeem yourself and salvage both your professional reputation and the brand's image? The unfolding events will reveal whether this is a turning point toward redemption or a devastating downfall that will forever alter the trajectory of your career. But for now, he lost the trust of Sonny, and that is not a good sign.
Feels like we've stuck him in this rut.
My own company, running my own company, me being my own boss.
I'm sorry to break it to you, my man, but you cannot have your own company and treat people like that.
In a professional business environment, you can't act like that. Stay in the same place.
And he is right, and sure has much more experience than this douchebag over here.
Victim of myself, basically, is what it is, huh?
Why?
A victim of self? What does that even mean? My man here is still trying to be in the safe spot, but that's not how it will work this time, man. However, fate has a different plan in store. This time around, mere avoidance and self-preservation will not suffice. The rules of engagement have changed, and this man will soon realize that his usual tactics will no longer grant him sanctuary, and he can no longer escape the consequences of his actions. But wait, Sonny has to meet another employee who isn't actually one of those you want to keep around forever because of their habits. He is now in Los Angeles for another job, but will this be a happy one? As Sonny encounters Frank, the executive chauffeur, an undeniable sense of anticipation fills the air, hinting at the roller coaster ride that lies ahead. The journey kicks off as they pick up their first client. And amidst the casual conversation, she poses a thought-provoking question. With curiosity, she asks Frank about the types of clients he never wishes to encounter again. Buckle up as we brace ourselves for the thrilling twists and turns, promising to expose a side of the chauffeur's world that is both captivating and unpredictable.
Not doing drugs or having sex in the car, I mean...
What even was that laugh? Good lord! He needs to know boundaries because that was creepy. But this wasn't the worst thing he said. There was a lot more coming on high speed towards Sonny.
Shot in the back of my car.
No way.
Yeah, very professional. What? Guy was there.
Oh my God.
This is what I was talking about. He crossed boundaries. That is not something you should be sharing, especially with a woman who's alone traveling with you.
I thought his conversation with the passenger was very inappropriate.
One of the girls started sticking her tongue in my ear. Now I'm...
He's in it.
What? That already sounds disgusting. But the fact that he keeps telling her all about it makes it worse. Besides the act that he shared with a customer, why would he ever allow such videos to be filmed in the car? Like, what was the need? I don't understand. I think these men that we talked about so far also kind of like to brag and add a shit ton of spice to sound cool when it actually sounds gross and disrespectful. But what did Sonny do about it? What do you think he should have done? Comment down below your guesses.
Some sexual harassment training so that you understand certain things you say can become a problem.
Well, he's a good man and very patient and calm. Because if it were me, I'd have sent him on his way. Because if he acted like that in front of a new man, then imagine what he must be doing when no one is watching. But in this next episode, things take a whole new turn when the cover finally gets blown.
I've heard terms today that I've never heard before. He is a little bitch. He's down.
We're talking about the famous Buffalo Wings and Rings, with its headquarters at Cincinnati, Ohio, and more than 5,000 employees. It is one of the fastest growing restaurant chains in the world. But just like every other big company, they also have a few people who make the work environment filthy. Ready for the jaw-dropping tale of how he managed to make an unforgettable first impression on his boss?
Pancakes. We all know how soft though. I was a little bit intimidated by his demeanor. He seemed a little ready to go.
Man, you are such a loser for speaking to a man who wants nothing but success for you like that. A big L for real. He is an employee whose inability to control their disrespect has become glaringly apparent. This guy just kept pushing his luck. Little did he know that the CEO he was talking all the rubbish to.
Wes's behavior is definitely a bad representation.
He disregarded all boundaries and acted like a jerk. But let me tell you, that kind of behavior has consequences, and I'm sure he low-key knew that too. What he faces next kept everyone stunned.
You're saying back there, I don't like that either.
So does he always does he always wind up?
Pete by now had enough of him, and low-key thought he was putting on an act. Is it because of the camera? Actually not. He calls the general server manager to have a quick chit-chat about it.
Putting an act on?
No, that's him. That is him completely. He has no respect for anybody in that restaurant.
The intimidating presence of this individual is so overpowering that when confronted with the question of whether anyone has concerns or issues, everyone remains tight-lipped, fearing the repercussions of speaking up. She even said the kitchen was the worst, and we kinda saw it ourselves. A sense of nostalgia washed over the CEO as memories flooded back of his own past as a dishwasher, a time when he himself had experienced the pain of being bullied. This recollection sparked a deep determination within him, vowing to never allow such mistreatment to occur in his own restaurants. With unwavering clarity, he made it unequivocally clear that any form of bullying would not be tolerated under his leadership. He went as far as expressing his readiness to tear up the franchise agreements if necessary, to put a definitive end to this unacceptable behavior. When the boss finally revealed his identity to the bully, his face turned red.
Cover for this past week in my own company. Okay. You know, I was a little intimidated by it. When I first walked in, you were...
But obviously, it wasn't going to go all smooth and jolly. Well, evidently, he wasn't happy about it, and just like others, tried to cover up the mess he made.
I'm not their guidance counselor. I'm their manager.
Okay.
Man, the audacity! Is he for real? What does that even mean? How could you be so blind and ask a stupid question like that? Did he even realize who he was speaking to? The CEO is a man of words, and he kept his all along. That's how it is supposed to be. And not speaking utter shit to kids. But what did this jerk have to say? Something so nasty that I feel disgusted by him even more.
I have asked Sean and Red to be here today.
Put them right here.
Please come in.
When the CEO inquired about the course of action from the franchise owner, it became evident that the response would align with the collective thoughts of everyone involved. There was a shared understanding and agreement regarding the necessary steps to be taken about this. Since the CEO was very clear about what he wanted and more about what he didn't, they said their final goodbyes to the bully.
Go on then.
It's the decision that Sean would like to make.
Hopefully, the work environment now is without any bullying. These were truly the worst behavioral employees, and if I had a company, I sure as hell wouldn't want any of them working for me. Who do you think was the worst? Don't forget to let us know in the comments below, and if you liked our content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. See you next time, guys.